Welcome to another Game of Day by Zay presented by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. I am Isaiah Rose, and today's matchup will be Game 4 of the first round between the Philadelphia 76ers and Washington Wizards. Both teams have competed. Unfortunately, the Washington Wizards, who are the eighth seed, have been overmatched by the number one seed, the Philadelphia 76ers. Russell Westbrook averaging 17 points in this series, played played well in Game 4, actually battling an ankle injury. He performed valiantly, 26 points. He shot efficient from the floor, 9 of 18, 3 of 6 from 3. uh, Bradley Beal had 26 points, 10 of 26 from the floor, struggled from three, but that paled in comparison to the career high performance from Joel Embiid, 36 points uh, in his career high for the playoffs, 36 points, 14 of 18 from the floor, very efficient, able to really get anything he wanted. And the Sixers, as a team, got great balance, great overall shooting. The three-point line was there for the Sixers the entire night. You had Danny Green knocking down threes. Tobias Harris, Joel Embiid got into the act with the three-point line. Even Ben Simmons, who didn't knock down threes, was very aggressive early. He had 10 of his 14 points in the first quarter, which really set the tone for the Sixers in terms of points in the paint, and they just were able to dominate. Tonight's game will be a potential sweep for the Sixers for the first time since 1985. The Sixers, as I mentioned, are the number one seed in the East. They've been dominant all season. This is an opportunity to set an example against lower competition. Do you play with the opportunity, or do you come out with a sense of urgency and dominate and set and send a message? Joel Embiid misses a three. The game is tied at two with Bradley Beal accepting a trap from Embiid and Simmons. He gets it to Rui Hachimura. Hachimura looking for Daniel Gafford. Gafford is starting Game 4. Usually Gafford plays about 20 minutes per game coming off of the bench, but head coach Scott Brooks felt that Gafford will provide some energy to start. Let's see how he impacts the game. Seth Curry misses a three rebounder by Bradley Beal. Beal, the second leading scorer in the NBA this season, his second consecutive season of averaging over 30 points per game. Bill has really transformed his game over the last couple of years. And as I say that, Ben Simmons gets an and one opportunity, gets a rebound, pushes the pace, uses his 6'10 frame to anticipate the contact, still able to get the shot off, showing tremendous strength. He attacks Davis Bertans. Bertans, no match for Ben Simmons' strength. The one thing I will say, though, about Simmons is that as aggressive as he's been able to perform at a high level throughout this entire series. The free throw line has been an Achilles heel, and he hasn't made a free throw all series. He's 0 of 10, which is unfortunate because every other facet of his game has been really dominant. Simmons misses the free throw. Russell Westbrook misses a shot on the way back down. Sixers get a basket from Seth Curry off of the dribble from the top of the key, able to finish with the reverse. Sixers lead 6-2, but the Wizards get quick offense and response as Davis Bertans streaks down the floor, gets a great pass from Russell Westbrook to give Davis the opportunity to get to the free throw line. Back to Bradley Beal, though. Bill really has transformed his game coming out of Florida. Initially, just a really good spot up shooter. He's gotten much better off of the dribble, and you start to see his game start to become more well rounded as a scorer. He still has to add different facets to his game in terms of playmaking and making others better, but I think playing next to Westbrook, he's more comfortable as the go to scorer, while Westbrook handles the playmaking and leadership roles in terms of organizing offense. But Bale has been a steady force for the Wizards this entire season, while uh, Russell went through ups and downs dealing with injuries to start the season. Once Russell Westbrook picked up the pace and got healthy, you start to see that tandem work really well together, and their complement should give Washington hope for the future, at least for the immediate future. Bertans goes 2 of 2. It's 8-4. Turnover by Westbrook leads to an easy opportunity for the Sixers. They have to foul Ben Simmons in the post to stop an easy opportunity. 9-10 remaining here in the first quarter. Danny Green with the basketball. I mentioned Danny Green's dominant performance in the game 3. Most recently, 5 3-point shots. Tobias Harris gets the mid-range shot off of a dribble handoff from Danny Green. You look at Tobias Harris' career high season playing under Doc Rivers. Uh, his recent history with Doc brought the best out of him with the Clippers. And now that Doc is here with the Sixers in his first season, we see Tobias have a borderline all-star caliber season this year. Tobias misses a three-point shot. Bradley Beal got the rebound, looked to push, but the strip in the paint by Joel Embiid goes off of Bradley Beal, forcing a turnover. Sixers lead 10-4 with the ball. Embiid in the post, guarded by Daniel Gafford. Embiid at the rim takes contact, and to prevent an easy slam, Joel had a number of those in Game 3. Gafford fouls him to prevent the easy opportunity. But Embiid really just had a spectacular Game 3. He's been dominant all series, but particularly in Game 3, there's but so much Washington can do. This series, he's averaging 29.3 points per game, shooting at 67%. And if you can imagine some of the shots he's been taking, he's been really able to attack all facets of and all areas of the floor. He's been dominant in the paint. He's utilized the mid-range on both sides of the floor, one-leg fadeaways, able to set up passes out of the post, reset on the perimeter, pull up for jumpers. He's just been able to really showcase all of his skills. There's but so much challenge that the Wizards have been able to challenge and resistance that the Wizards have been able to put up against him. In the first half of Game 3, Embiid had 25 points, really just doing anything he wanted to do. And I think that level of dominance has not only solidified him in this series, but it's provided confidence for everyone around him. With those 2 free throws, the Sixers go up to 12-4, and a timeout is called on the floor. So we'll be back. This is a Game of Day by Isaiah, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. This is Game 4 between the Philadelphia 76ers and Washington Wizards. The Sixers are looking to sweep. Welcome back. As we approach 8 minutes to play here in the first quarter, Bradley Beal comes out of that timeout missing a 3 from the right wing. Sixers able to get out and push, but there's a foul on the Wizards to stop the fast break. Again, this is a series that's been thoroughly dominated by the Sixers, all accounts. The Wizards, on their part, did so much just to get in the playoffs, but right now they're just overmatched. Their personnel doesn't really fit against this Sixer team, considering how dominant Joel Embiid is out from the outside, and then with the lack of shooting that the Wizards possess, they can't really match the shooting that the Sixers have in Danny Green, Tobias Harris, Seth Curry, and at times Joel Embiid. Russell Westbrook still in attack mode despite the circumstances. Is fouled by Danny Green, working out of the post from the left block, takes contact, couldn't finish the layup, but he'll be going to the free throw line for 2. Prior to that Russell Westbrook foul, you got a Joel Embiid mid-range jumper from the left block, one-leg fadeaway against Alex Len. Westbrook's first free throw is good. I mentioned his previous performance in Game 3. Very, very efficient. 9 of 18 from the floor, 3 of 6 from 3. Westbrook in this series, 17 points per game, 11.7 assists, 7.7 rebounds. This is a player who leads all players in NBA history in triple-doubles. He most recently broke the record this season. When you look at what Westbrook has done to the triple, oh my gosh. Great alley-oop setup from Seth Curry. Great off-the-ball movement from Ben Simmons, who worked his way from the middle all the way to the left side, caught it with one hand, with his dominant left hand, able to guide it home with a dominant slam. So big slam there by the Sixers. Sixers lead by 8 as Davis Bertans responds with the three-pointer from the right corner. But the Sixers right now continue their dominant ways. They go to Joel Embiid in the post again, really abusing Alex Len as best he can. We look at this alley-oop setup from Seth Curry. The pass was horrible. Nevertheless, though, Ben Simmons still able to go up there and get it, utilizing the length that he possesses at 6'10", caught it with one hand, able to guide it home. One of the things I will say about Ben Simmons, as I will get back to Russell Westbrook, but one thing about Ben Simmons that I don't see enough is him utilizing his athleticism offensively. Yes, he is a magnificent passer. Yes, he can create mismatches regarding his size in the post. But I think more than anything to really simplify the game for him offensively, take the ball out of his hands and let's see him move off the ball. Let's see him attack the paint area in ways that he can create offense without having to go off the dribble or have to be relegated to uh, being baited to take jump shots that we know he wouldn't take. If you get the ball out of his hands and have him attack off the ball, then maybe we would see him be a more dominant offensive player. I think this year we see Tobias Harris handling the ball a lot more. He's become more of a facilitator. And then when you have the likes of Seth Curry, you have also Shake Milton, Tyrese Maxey. These are also ball handlers. They won't be, scorers, but as facilitators, they can look to set up Ben Simmons in other ways. Sixers unable to score. Wizards trying to get an easy opportunity at the rim. Robin Lopez misses the easy layup, but Russell Westbrook is there for the putback. He's fouled, so possession will stay with the Wizards. We look at the replay. Westbrook's always in the trenches, gets poked in the eye actually, as Ben Simmons tries to swipe down to get that steal. Speaking of rebounding, going back to Westbrook and the triple doubles, uh, that's really a tangible way for him to showcase the skills, his ultimate skill set in the league, which is all out effort. He gives everything he absolutely can every single night. Really unmatched in today's NBA. Because of that now, especially at his size at 6'3", he's able to always have an imprint on the game. Many people have tried to diminish the triple double because it's happening at such a rate. And I think prior to the Ben Simmons alley oop, where I just got caught up in that moment, I was trying to really explain how he has um, normalized the triple double at such a rate because he's been so dominant, utilizing it as a tool for winning in the last 7 years. Um, all around, when you look at what he's done across three different teams, the Oklahoma City Thunder, where he spent his first his first 11 seasons, and then you look at what he did in Houston in a short period of time, and now with the Washington Wizards, his effort permeates throughout the entire team. He's not the perfect player. He can't shoot at an efficient clip, and sometimes his decision making, um, especially as a point guard, at times does leave cause to pause. But you can never question his effort, his commitment to giving all out effort, and really just never backing down from a challenge. His his game isn't always conducive to winning at the highest level, meaning the championships, but he will always have your team in contention for a playoff spot. And in the right situation, you might see his team go pretty far in terms of the conference finals and be a threat to championship teams, like we saw uh, with the Thunder in those uh, in those mid 2010s when he played with Kevin Durant, James Harden, and so many others. Sixers lead by 8, 18-10. Ish Smith into the game now for the Wizards. Pulls up for the jumper. Smith in 11 years has been on 11 teams. He misses it. Sixers get the rebound. Ben Simmons tries to set up Matisse Thybulle, And he slams it home on the baseline. Great aggressiveness there from Matisse Thybulle, who's not the best shooter, but he's really good at moving off the basketball and finding those gaps that can give him easy opportunities. The Sixers right now, 12 points in the paint compared to 0 for the Wizards. Sixers up by 10. Bradley Beal with the basketball takes a screen from Brook Lopez, gets into the paint, takes contact, is able to finish. Looks for the foul. Thought there was some contact from behind with Ben Simmons, but no call. Simmons gets it to Embiid. Embiid unable to finish the layup. He takes a hard spill. Any Sixer fan does not want to see that. The Wizards able to get out and run. They find Davis Bertans for a three. And Doc Rivers wants to call a timeout to stem this momentum. Joel Embiid took a hard spill there trying to finish. He grabbed towards his tailbone there. We look at the attack at the rim. Took a hard fall. Couldn't really protect himself there. Good contest there by Robert Lopez. Good no call. But it leads to a three by Davis Bertans to stop the momentum. We see Doc Rivers call a timeout. We'll be back. Sixers lead the Wizards 20-15. Stay tuned. Welcome back as the Sixers come out of that timeout. The Wizards, trailing by 5, are starting a hacker bend. Hacker, the hacker turn really started with Shaquille O'Neal in the early 2000s, where he was so dominant, and I mean dominant in the fashion of which he was getting 40 points a game and 20 rebounds in the finals. What was happening was teams knew that they couldn't stop him, so they had to foul him over and over and over and over again to get him to the free throw line, of which he would convert about 50% of the time. But it got to such a degree that the league actually had to implement rules about when you could actually conduct such an act. You can't do that over the final 2 minutes of a quarter. Um, and I think when you look at how influential and how dominant Shaq was, to see that implemented every now and then on bad free throw shooters, it just goes to show you how effective Shaq was in his prime. Ben actually in the Hacker Ben situation goes 1 of 2 at the free throw line. The Wizards come back and get a basket from Davis Bertans. So already here in this first quarter, you see Davis Bertans with 8 points, 2 3-point shots, and that layup there. So Sixers lead by 4. The pace of the game is definitely picked up, and it favors Washington in the sense to say they are the fastest team in the league in regards to pace. A lot of that has to do with Russell Westbrook, but they need the pace to be at a certain level because they have limited shooting. The Sixers come back though and get a three from Matisse Thybulle, who's actually a struggling shooter overall, but his defense is exceptional. And I think for the Sixers, they're trying to mold him into the quintessential 3 and D player, a player that can knock down the three when asked to, but really asked to be a premier defensive player, which he's already one of the best defensive players in the NBA, despite limited time on the floor. A turnover by the Sixers leads to Raul Neto getting an opportunity to go to the free throw line. He's fouled at the rim by Joel Embiid to prevent an easy layup, and we see uh, Bradley Beal limping just a bit as we look at this replay. He's running down the floor and then he backs up and his shoe comes off. So we see him going to the bench right now. Not really mentioned here in this broadcast, but mentioned in others, is Bill has dealt with um, an ankle injury and a strained hamstring throughout uh, the recent weeks. He's a player that is asked to do a lot of scoring for Washington, but in his most recent injury scare with the hamstring, that goes back to their uh, their game in Indiana in which he scored 50 points. He scored 50, but couldn't finish the game because he strained his hamstring. Earlier in the game, he tweaked his ankle. The hamstring injury kept him out for 2 games, and he returned in the Wizards' last game of the season against the Hornets. They were able to win that game, solidify the eighth seed, and since then the Wizards have been managing the uh, the hamstring injury. He hasn't missed time since, but you always have to be wary of the hamstrings because they can flare up at any given moment. And for him and understanding his role with this Wizards team, if the Wizards do not have him to be out there as a scoring threat, they're in a world of trouble. He goes to the bench. Westbrook comes in for him. Since then, the Wizards have given up a basket by Joel Embiid. Then Raul Neto comes right back, attacks Tyrese Maxey, able to score at the rim. So Neto will be going to the free throw line looking to complete and one Sixers lead 26-20. 2:18 left here in the first quarter. Free throw is made by Neto. Maxey working the left wing, probes the baseline, kicks it out to Shake Milton. Milton trying to save it from going in the backcourt. He does, but he passes it to a Wizard, and Neto uh, attacking the rim. Couldn't finish the layup, but Robin Lopez is there to finish. So the Sixers lead by 3. The Wizards playing out of desperation right now, keeping the game very close. 26-23. George Hill for 3 knocks it down. So big 3 for George Hill to push the Sixers lead to 2 possessions, 29-26. Westbrook finds Robin Lopez. Lopez able to get one of his patented hook shots down. He's been a asset for Westbrook in terms of his most recent triple double tears because he can easily dump it off to Lopez near the rim. Lopez not the most athletic center, but he has good instincts around the rim, and he's able to get those quick, timely hook shots in. Missed 3 for Joel Embiid. Wizards get out and run. Lopez at the rim tries another hook shot. Free throw line extended. He knocks it down. So it's a 2-point game now, 29-27. Again, the Sixers up in this series, 3-0. They're trying to close out this desperate Wizards team. Obviously, with a 3-0 lead in the series, it's all but assumed that the Sixers would win. But it's very, very difficult to close out a team, and you have to be committed and disciplined, understanding that when you're playing desperate teams, they're going to go all out. You have to prepare for the momentum shifts that come with the ebbs and flows of momentum. And with that said, you have to remain disciplined, not fall into the traps that come with trying to play too fast or putting yourself in a position to turn over the basketball and give a team like Washington, who's clearly the I wouldn't say the lesser team because everybody's a competitor, but um, the, the the better team is Philadelphia. When you're playing teams in terms of competition, you don't want to play down to those teams. You want to play at a level to show a level of dominance that puts you in a position to be a championship caliber team. Raul Neto appears to have slipped trying to get a rebound. He labored on the floor for quite a bit. Then he had to leave the floor. The training staff had to come out there and get him. So Rui Hachimura comes in for him. Shake Milton has to get a shot off for the Sixers. He does. It goes off the rim. So Russell Westbrook chases down the rebound. 4-second differential between shot clock and game clock. Westbrook guarded by Shake Milton is fouled. And if you're a Sixer fan, this is not what you want to see. Joel Embiid, who recently took a hard fall, he did stay in the game, got a couple of baskets, but now he's going to the locker room. And the ideal situation for Embiid is what we saw last game. He was dominant, but the Sixers were able to get out to an early lead in which he was able to coast, especially at the latter part of the game, get rest. Playing this desperate Wizards team who's trying to keep their season alive, keeping the game close, This is a Sixers team that needs Embiid to close out games. If Embiid has to miss time for any reasons, looking at this Sixers team and their personnel, are they equipped to handle high pressure situations without Embiid? They've had to go many games in this season without Embiid. One stretch in particular, uh, in March, they went 9 games without Embiid after hyperextending his knee against this Wizards team, and the Sixers went 6-3. Since then, um, he's been able to finish out the season and put himself in position. They've been able to put themselves in position to be the number one seed. But in playoff basketball, the pressures are different. The execution has to be more crisp, and you have to rely on go-to guys consistently. And Joel Embiid is the Sixers' go-to guy. So I want to we have to pay attention to the injury status there with Embiid. Westbrook goes 1 of 2 at the free throw line. Shake Milton comes right back, gets a layup, and Bonga misses a three at the buzzer to potentially tie it for the Wizards. So Sixers go into the second quarter with a 31-28 lead. Prior to that last basket by Shake Milton, the Wizards went on a 10-3 run over the final 3 minutes of the quarter. So the confidence is there for the Wizards. Again, they're hungry, they're desperate, they're trying to keep their season alive. If you're the Sixers, you have to prepare and weather this storm. If you continue to execute at a high level and finish your possessions with efficient shots, it's not always going to go in, but get efficient shots and put yourself in position, you will finish out this game. We will see how it goes, but again, continue to listen. This is a Game of Day by Isaiah presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. I'm Isaiah Rhodes. Stay tuned. Welcome back as the Wizards get first possession of the second quarter. Russell Westbrook attacks Dwight Howard in the paint and is able to dump it off to Robin Lopez, who gets a quick slam. Just in that first quarter, both teams turned the ball over 3 times. The Wizards able to keep pace with the Sixers because of the free throw line, 8 of 11 at the free throw line, while the Sixers shot 50% in the first quarter. They were able to get out and really dominate in the paint, uh, outscoring the Wizards by 4, 16-12. To start this second quarter, though, you see Westbrook attacking and getting Robin Lopez easy opportunities to score. Um, One of the things that also helped the Wizards and really their performance is Davis Bertans with 10 first quarter points. He's been struggling really his entire playoff career. He's not really been known to shoot really well considering his reputation in the regular season as a premier knockdown shooter. But uh, in this game 4 in the first quarter, knocking down 2 threes and getting 10 points for the Wizards. Sixers, though, they respond with another 3-point opportunity. Matisse Thybulle knocks in the three, giving the Sixers a 4-point lead, 34-30. Wizards respond, getting a three for Rui Hachimura, cutting the Sixers lead to 134-33. Tobias Harris looking to respond, knocks in the three of his own. So the 3-point line is starting to open up for both sides. Back and forth we go. Westbrook looking to get into the paint. Finds Lopez once again for another hook shot. That's his third hook shot here in this game. Lopez, a very, very vital part of Russell Westbrook's attack in terms of setting up as a playmaker. He's looking to utilize the size and get opportunities for the Wizards in the paint. 37-35, Sixers lead. Again, just to follow, Joel Embiid took a hard fall in the first quarter. He came back in the game, played, scored a couple of baskets, but went to the locker room. There hasn't been any word about him coming back or if he's out for the rest of the game. But we have to pay attention to that. Joel Embiid has had an extensive injury history, and especially here in the playoffs, if the Sixers want to have any chance of going to a championship, they will have to have their MVP candidate in Joel Embiid healthy. Tobias Harris is going to the free throw line. They say that foul was in the act of shooting. In the series, Tobias is averaging over 25 points per game, which is really, really good considering the fact that he can be a complement to the dominance of Joel Embiid on the interior. Tobias can be that scorer on the outside. Uh, that's one of the pressing issues that the Sixers have had for many, many years, specifically in regards to Ben Simmons, who is not known as a scorer. He's more of a facilitator and defender. But because defenses uh, primarily look to exploit him and his lack of scoring, they the Sixers haven't had a prolific scoring on the perimeter to make up for that. If Tobias Harris can be a consistent scorer, then the Sixers team can go really, really far, considering how dominant they are defensively and that they have the shooting on the outside to make up for uh, Ben's lack of shooting as well. Russell Westbrook in the paint trying to attack George Hill. They call an offensive foul. Westbrook didn't agree, but he didn't complain at all either. Definitely pushed off. Refs just caught it. So Sixers lead by 4, 39-35. 9:35 remaining in the first half. Sixers lead the series 3-0. Tyrese Maxey trying to attack Robin Lopez, can't finish. The offensive rebound by Dwight Howard is aggressive and strong, but they call a loose ball foul against the Whites, so possession will go back to the Wizards. This Sixers team has completely did a 180. Last year they finished sixth and definitely underperformed. They underwhelmed all year round. They had Al Horford. Al Horford was supposed to be an addition that helped the Sixers, especially defensively and with his outside scoring potential. But it just did not work out. Injuries toward the end of the season killed the Sixers' potential. But at the same time, even when they were fully healthy, it just didn't mesh. And I think Brent Brown, who was the Sixers coach for many, many years, especially trying to lead them out of the process years in which they were completely struggling, I think it was just time for a new voice, a new change. And Doc Rivers has come in and motivated this team to play at a level that has been consistent and and put them in a position to be a consistent championship contender. George Hill knocks in a three to extend it. The Sixers lead to 5. Ish Smith looking to get an opportunity for Westbrook. Drives and kicks. Westbrook misses the three. Tobias Harris with the rebound. Working the left wing guarded by Bradley Beal. Tobias attacking. Goes at Robin Lopez. Can't finish. Strong rebound by Bradley Beal. Good to see him back in the game, as it was a bit of an injury scare earlier with him as well. He attacks, utilizing the shield of Robin Lopez, able to finish the layup. He thought it was fouled, but no call. Bill already 6 points, 3 of 9 from the floor, 3 rebounds. Sixers lead by 3, 42-39. George Hill tries to get a floater over Lopez. He's called for a foul. So the Sixers are weathering the storm right now. The game is still close, but if you're the Sixers, you understand what this Wizards team is doing. They don't want to go home. So they're going to pull out all the stops and give everything they possibly can. If you're the Sixers, again, weather the storm, execute, and try not to turn over the basketball, because this is a Wizards team, as I mentioned, that leads the league in pace. So when they get out and run, it gives them easy opportunities to set up offense, as opposed to when you slow them down in the half court, they struggle because they don't have the shooting and they're limited with how many scorers they have. They have Westbrook, who's going to be aggressive always, even when he's not shooting well, and you have uh, Bradley Beal, who is a consistent go-to scorer. But outside of those two guys, everyone else is limited with how they can get their shots off and who is actually tasked with getting shots off. So if you're the Wizards, if you're the Sixers, don't turn over the basketball against this Wizards team. George Hill goes 1 of 2 at the free throw line. That gives Rui Hachimura a rebound. He gets it to Westbrook. Westbrook goes to Bradley Beal on the left wing. He misses the three. Bradley Beal this entire series has shot horribly from three, which is a stark contrast to him as a shooter in the regular season. He can be streaky at times, but you trust him as a shooter because he can score so well. In this series, he's done everything but shoot the three well. Tobias Harris, guarded by Rui Hachimura. Skip pass over to Tyrese Maxey. Maxey has to get a three up before the buzzer. He knocks it down outside of the contest of Westbrook. giving the Sixers a 7-point lead, 46-39, 7:23 remaining. The Wizards call a timeout to try to slow things down just a bit. Maxey, as the shot clock is winding down, able to knock it down. 46-39. Stay tuned for more. This is the Game of Day by Zay, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Stay tuned. Welcome back as the Sixers lead by 7 minutes and 20 seconds left here in the second quarter. Sixers lead Wizards 46-39. Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal are shooting 3 for 16 to start. As I say that, Bradley Beal attacks the paint. He'll be going to the free throw line, which is a good opportunity to get some easy opportunities at the rim. See the ball going to the rim. You can focus on. You can see the basket going to. You can see the ball going to basket, and it gives you some confidence. Slows things down for you. There still hasn't been any word about Joel Embiid, who took a hard fall in the first quarter. Again, he came back in and tried to play. He scored some baskets before leaving the game. He hasn't returned. There hasn't been any official word as to what his injury is, although he fell on his tailbone. He was grabbing for his lower back. After that, the Sixers have been able to sustain their lead by some timely three-point shots and been able to keep the Wizards at bay, but it has been a struggle offensively without Embiid in the lineup. Dwight Howard misses a dunk at the rim. Bradley Beal finds Robin Lopez, and Lopez able to get another hook shot inside. Robin Lopez tonight with 12 points, all set up at the rim. 14 points, 7 of 8 from the floor, 4 rebounds. Seth Curry, straightaway 3, misses it, rebounded by Hachimura. So Wizards trail by 3, looking to tie with the 3 or cut it to 1. Look at Bill. Bill takes a double team, kicks it out to Westbrook. Westbrook kicks it to Rui Hachimura, left corner 3. Isn't able to guide that in, but Westbrook with the attack on the offensive glass tips it out to Davis Bertans. Bertans gets it to Bill. Bill can't knock in the floater. And we get a Doc Rivers timeout. Rivers not satisfied with what he's seen with his offensive execution. 5:55 left here in the first half. Sixers lead the Wizards 46-43. This is a Game of Day by Zay, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Stay tuned. Welcome back. 5:45 left here in the second quarter. Sixers with possession, leading by 3. Tobias Harris and one opportunity. Working out of the post, took the up fake, then went straight up, was able to draw that foul. Sixers will take it as they increase their lead to 5, with Tobias going to the free throw line. Big opportunity here out of that timeout, and it was an efficient play. The Sixers desperately needed it because the recent possessions were a little disconjointed, and while they were finding shots at the rim, it wasn't really a fluid offense. That previous foul on the and one for Tobias Harris was on Russell Westbrook. So Wizards trail by 6. Westbrook looking for Bradley Beal, who's been struggling from the field tonight. He takes a trap from Tobias Harris, and Ben Simmons is able to take the 3 as the shot clock is winding down. His toughest shot of the night, he's able to knock down a long 2 from the left corner. 49-45, Sixers lead. Seth Curry looking to respond, knocks in a 3 of his own. Westbrook looking to attack Danny Green, gets into the post, takes contact, no call. They call a foul. Bit of a delayed call there. But Westbrook will go to the free throw line for 2. Westbrook tonight, 2.5 assists. You look at what Westbrook has done in his career. In the playoffs, he's a great free throw shooter, but In the regular season, especially over the last, I would say, 4 years, going back to 2017, 2018, his free throws have dipped. For me, in analyzing, I think it's traced back to the league calling and changing the delay of game rules. Prior to that, Westbrook was able to take his first free throw and walk all the way to the half court line, then come to the free throw line to prepare for the second free throw, compose himself, and shoot his second. The league decided that that would be a delay of game, and he's not allowed to do that. So he had to change his routine. Since then, since that particular rule has been put in place, Westbrook's free throw percentage has dipped. The first 9 years of his career, he hovered around the mid 80s in terms of free throw percentage. Since then, his free throw percentage has dropped to as low as 65%. And this is a guy for 9 years who has shot so well. And the scary part is when you look at him struggling at the free throw line in the regular season, the postseason, he's able to focus and shoot really, really well from the free throw line. So I do think it's mental, and I think it's connected to that delay of game change. And speaking about that, Westbrook goes 1 of 2 at the free throw line, and uh, 2 of 2 at the free throw line, and they're able to get an opportunity for Rui Hachimura on the fast break. Forward slam, cutting the Sixers lead to 2, 51-49. Danny Green responds with a 3 to increase the Sixers lead to 5. But Russell Westbrook comes right back, attacking the paint, setting up an alley-oop opportunity for Daniel Gafford. Gafford coming in uh, mid-season to the Wizards from a trade with the Chicago Bulls. Gafford has fit in seamlessly with Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal because his role on this Wizards team is simplified. All he has to do is rim run, catch alley-oops, set tough screens, and play tough defense. And that has allowed for him to, again, be a lob threat for Russell Westbrook. And more so than anything, despite playing in limited time, playing and providing this Wizards team with energy. He's able to catch that alley-oop right above Dwight Howard, and that cuts the Sixers lead to 3, 54. 50. Okay, so they give the Sixers a basket, so it's 56 to 51, and there was a foul prior to uh, given to Dwight Howard and on the box out. Okay, so this is what happens. The basket the basket will count, but the foul occurred while the ball was going through the basket. Okay, so it was initially on the box out, and the ball was already in flight when the foul happened. So the basket will count, but the foul against the White Howard will stand, and Daniel Gafford will go to the free throw line for 2. He misses the first. Second free throw for Gafford, no good. Rebounded by Tobias Harris. Mike Scott is in the game now. Scott usually comes into the game in blowout situations, or if there is injury situations, he's utilized as a stretch 5. Um, Again, with Joel Embiid out for an extended period of time, not yet known how long he'll be out or what his particular injury is. We know it's related to his lower back because he fell really, really hard on it in the first quarter. They haven't given us any diagnosis as to if he'll be out for the game, but uh, he hasn't returned since late first quarter. Blocked by Daniel Gafford. Uh, Russell Westbrook couldn't save it, so possession will stay with Philadelphia. 8 on the shot clock. We look at the replay. Tobias Harris looking to get a floater above Gafford. Gafford able to get in at the apex before the shot is able to get off. Gafford punches it out of bounds. 8 on the shot clock. Sixers able to get the inbound. Harris looking to work that left baseline. Step back 3 is no good. Rebounded by Westbrook. Westbrook looking to push the pace. Skying for a shooter. He finds Davis Bertans. Bertans knocks in a big 3 for the Wizards, cutting the Sixers lead to 2, 56-54. Again, the Sixers lead this series 3 games to none. Wizards trying to stave off elimination. Davis Bertans comes out firing with 15 points here in the first half. Danny Green looking to find George Hill in the corner. Russell Westbrook doesn't fall for it, gets the steal. Rui Hachimura trying to give the Wizards the lead. Misses a three. Put back is there for Russell Westbrook with a one-hand slam, tying the game at 56. This Wizards crowd is in a frenzy, seeing the effort that their team is putting on, trying again to stave off elimination. Tobias Harris at the top of the key works it to Steph Curry. Steph Curry step back jumper, misses it. Can Westbrook get the rebound? He does not, but Daniel Gafford is there. Westbrook gets the basketball, trying to give the Wizards their first lead in a long time. Westbrook for three, no good. He misses it short. Rebounded by Tobias Harris. So Sixers looking to take the lead back. At the rim blocked once again. It was either Rui Hachimura or Daniel Gafford. Either way, Wizards looking to take the lead. Westbrook inside blocked. So Sixers trying to sustain this run. And it should be an and one. They say the foul happened before they gather. But in my opinion, it should be an and one. You get a missed three by Hachimura. What a putback from Westbrook. One hand slam. As we look at the foul called against Gafford, okay, so the foul happens. But if I'm looking at it, it should be a continuation. The foul happens, but he doesn't take another dribble. Either way, he will be going to the free throw line for 2. 7 points tonight, 2 of 3 from 3 is 2 of 3 from the field is George Hill. Hill makes the first free throw. So Sixers back ahead by 1, but the Wizards are fighting, trying to stave off elimination. This is the Sixers' first sweep opportunity since 1985. That team had Mo Cheeks, Moses Malone, Charles Barkley, and the great Dr. J. That particular team actually got to the Eastern Conference Finals, but wasn't able to get back to the finals. Westbrook finds Ish Smith. Ish Smith in the right corner. Pump fakes, goes on a fade, working his way left. Able to knock it down. So the game is tied. We're under a minute to play here in the first half. 58-58. Mike Scott playing the stretch 5 role. Finds Tobias Harris. Great pass inside. Blocked by Ish Smith. Westbrook looking to push. Finds Hachimura at the rim. 2-hand slam. And that gives the Wizards a 2-point lead with 40 seconds left in the first half. This Sixers team is on their heels. Obviously, you're in control of the series, but for this particular game, the Wizards are not going away. Tobias Harris is stripped in the post by Rui Hachimura. Davis Bertans for 3, he misses it. Tobias Harris gets the rebound. It's virtually identical in terms of shot clock and game clock, about a 0.5 of a second differential between shot clock and game clock. So about 13 seconds left. This should be the last possession. George Hill with the basketball. Finds Seth Curry. Seth Curry working behind the back. Crossover dribble. Danny Green thought about a 3. Takes the 3. Makes the 3. Big 3 for Danny Green with 0.6 of a second left. At the buzzer, Davis Bertans cannot get it to fall. They call it a long 2, so the game is tied. They change the score once again. So Sixers lead by 3, 61-60. Tough, hard-fought first half as the Wizards again are trying to stave off elimination. The Sixers lead the series 3-0. The Wizards are railing, trying to extend this season any way they can, and the Sixers are dealing with some injury issues with Joel Embiid being out since the late part of the first quarter. We will see if he will return for the rest of the game, but either way, the Sixers know they're ready for the fight. Stay tuned for more. This is the Game of Day by Isaiah, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. I'll be back with the stats. I'm Isaiah Rhodes. Stay tuned. Welcome back as the 76ers lead Washington 61-60. Here in this second half, the Sixers now have to worry about the health of Joel Embiid. He is out for the rest of the game. The team says with a knee, he irritated a knee injury. Um, it looked as if he injured his lower back, but they say it's a knee issue, a right knee issue. So that's one thing. And then also, straight out of the half, you had a foul by Ben Simmons. So now he has 4 fouls. So you're down Embiid, and potentially you could be down uh, Ben Simmons if he's out for an extended period of time during the game. The Sixers start Mike Scott in his place while Embiid is out. Now Bradley Beal knocks in the 3-point shot for the Wizards to give them a 2-point lead. He's facing a quick trap. He kicks it out to Davis Bertans. Bertans gets it to Westbrook. Westbrook misses the mid-range jump shot. So Ben Simmons over to Danny Green. Green actually hit a 3 prior to the half to give the Sixers a 1-point lead. He turns over the basketball. Westbrook looking to push, finds Hachimura for 3 in the right corner. 3-point shot is good for Rui Hachimura. So now the Wizards take a 5-point lead, 66-61, 10:36 remaining. Understanding the momentum shift, Doc Rivers calls a timeout. So we'll be back with more as this is a Game of Day by Isaiah presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. I'm Isaiah Rhodes. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Sixers trail the Wizards 66-61. Joel Embiid is out with what they call right knee soreness. So this Sixers team, it will be challenged with trying to close out this Wizards team without their MVP candidate. Tobias Harris is blocked at the rim by Daniel Gafford, but Ben Simmons is there for the putback. So Wizards lead by 3, 66-63. They have new life now. With Embiid being out, they have an opportunity to attack the rim a lot easier. Russell Westbrook looking to fake a pass and then attack. He's called for the travel. Westbrook and Beal have been struggling from the field tonight. If you're a Wizards team without Embiid on the floor, this gives you an opportunity to attack. It gives you, like I said, new life in terms of the chances to win this particular game. If you're the Sixers, while you do have control of this series, you have added incentives to finish this game because this sweep will give you an opportunity to rest players, get Embiid healthy in preparation for the second round. Their second round matchup, if they are to close out this series, would be at the Atlanta Hawks or New York Knicks. Mike Scott for 3, top of the key, can't finish. Offensive rebound, Danny Green to reset for the Sixers. 10 on the shot clock, trailing by 3. Tobias Harris looking to get in the paint, has to kick it back out. Seth Curry with 4 seconds on the shot clock. Floater over Gafford is good. So the second opportunities off the glass give the Sixers an opportunity to score. 1-point lead for the Wizards, 66-65. Bradley Beal guarded by Ben Simmons. Simmons with 4 fouls has to be careful. He's able to get a steal and a foul against Bradley Beal to stop the momentum. Great trap there by Simmons and Mike Scott. Bradley Beal talking with the referee, trying to plead his case. The Sixers right now are on the ropes. Yes, they're up 3-0, but they understand the magnitude of this game now with no Embiid. You want to be able to close out this series, get Embiid some rest, and change and give some time to um, to heal up any particular wounds we might have in preparation for the second round. Ben Simmons skip pass over to Seth Curry. He fumbles it a bit, has to get it to Tobias Harris. Harris with 10 on the shot clock. Looking to attack. Kick it to Danny Green. Right corner 3. In and out, no good. Offensive rebound, Tobias Harris. So the offensive glass has been an asset for the Sixers here in the second half. They get the finish. 1-point game. Westbrook mid-range jumper, good. So it's a seesaw game now. Wizards know that they have a chance. They take back the 1-point lead, but they have some news now as Davis Bertans has to go to the back. Davis Bertans had 15 points in the first half, was knocking down a 3-pointer for the Wizards, which definitely gave them an added punch. But now with potentially no Bertans, they'll have to reassess their lineup as well. Tobias Harris in the post over Ish Smith. He knocks it down. So back to a 1-point lead for the Sixers, 69-68. Bradley Beal, crossover dribble, gets in the paint, takes contact, able to finish strong over Mike Scott. So back and forth we go. Wizards back up 1. Simmons over to Tobias Harris, jab steps, takes a screen from Seth Curry, again with the mismatch. Ish Smith in the post. Fadeaway jumper for Tobias, no good. Offensive rebound opportunity is there. Mike Scott trying to save it. He saves it, but it'll be a foul against him. Loose ball foul against Mike Scott. So Wizards get possession. 7:28 left in the third, up by 1. This is their opportunity to win one game. If we go back to the first game was actually back and forth. It came down to the wire, but great shooting from Tobias Harris closed out that game, and the Wizards took that L. And since then, Game 2 and Game 3 have been complete blowouts. But right now, we see Daniel Gafford take contact inside. Great setup there by Bradley Beal. Mike Scott could not stop Gafford, and the basket is good. Now, if you think about this for a second, no Embiid now opens up the paint, not only for Beal and Westbrook, who are attacking guards, but that lane, especially for the bigs, is wide open as well. Usually the Sixers will go to Dwight Howard, but Dwight Howard is in foul trouble as well. So the Sixers have to adjust. Now trailing by 4 as Gafford completes the N1 opportunity. Danny Green knocks in the 3 at the top of the key. Good. So now that cuts the Wizards lead to 173-72. Westbrook takes the screen from Gafford. Looking to get it inside to Gafford. It's deflected. Westbrook saves it, gets it to Beal. Beal guarded by Simmons. Beal takes contact. Blocked by Scott. Rebounded by Ben Simmons. So Sixers trying to take the lead back. Seth Curry at the top of the key. Takes a screen. Pulls up from 3 on the right wing. Misses it off the back rim. Simmons actually tried to tip that away from Rui Hachimura to no avail. Wizards up 1. Westbrook mid-range jumper. In and out, no good. Rebounded by Seth Curry. We approach 6 minutes to play. Again, Joel Embiid, who has been extremely dominant here in this series, shooting 67%, averaging over 29 points per game, fell hard on his tailbone late in the first quarter, trying to finish a layup over Robin Lopez. And he returned in the game, but wasn't able to finish to his full capabilities. Since then, he left, and he'll be out for the rest of this game. The team is calling it right knee soreness. A turnover by the Sixers leads to a Westbrook steal. Westbrook is fouled. We look at the replay. It's between Danny Green and Tobias. And Tobias does swipe across and foul Westbrook on his right hand. So Westbrook will be going to the free throw line tonight, 2 for 13. He has 11 rebounds and 12 assists, 8 points. So this is an opportunity to get another triple-double. Last game, he got a triple-double, 26 points, 11 rebounds, 10 assists, shot 9 of 18 from the floor, 3 of 6 from 3, really efficient. But again, just the dominance of Embiid and the outside shooting from the Sixers was too much and overwhelmed the Wizards. But tonight, especially with Embiid out for the rest of this game, this gives the Wizards an opportunity to win. 75-72, Wizards lead. And the Wizards force a backcourt violation. Wizards forced a backcourt violation. There was a dribble handoff disrupted by Ish Smith, and the deflection off of Ish Smith gave Seth Curry an opportunity to let the ball go in the backcourt, but he picked it up he touched the ball prior to it going in the backcourt and then picked up full possession in the backcourt. They called that backcourt violation. So 5:36 remaining, Wizards up 3. Bradley Beal, backdoor cut for Ish Smith. Smith trying to get the reverse. He misses it. Ben Simmons looking to push. Simmons taking contact, turnover. Bradley Beal looking to get in the paint. Layup is blocked by Tobias Harris. Big slam by Rui Hachimura with the left hand. And we got a technical foul. Tough call there. That dunk definitely was a big time dunk by Hachimura. In the playoffs, understanding the magnitude of the moment, I don't think the ref should have called that. It was a big poster slam over Tobias Harris. This is a bad call here. This is a bad technical foul. Tobias Harris gets the free throw. Wizards now lead by 4. But again, the momentum is definitely shifting. When you have a team on the ropes like the Wizards, they're desperate. This is a Sixers team that has dominated on all fronts, all series. But now, with Embiid out, who's the best player on the Sixers, the MVP candidate who's been dominant all year, now the Sixers have to recalibrate and find a way to finish this game. Dwight Howard in the post, trying to finish over Daniel Gafford, has it blocked. Ish Smith looking to get an alley-oop, and Rui Hachimura was not ready for the pass. The pass skies out of bounds, so that's a save for Philadelphia. But big time block shot by Daniel Gafford that gives the Wizards that energy that I was talking about towards that momentum. Being up by 4, under 5 minutes to play in the third, this is a game that's going to come down to the wire. Can the Sixers figure out how to execute and get great shots without the likes of Embiid? And we got a foul against Washington. This is one area where the Sixers can look to get the Wizards in foul trouble and slow things down until things start to work back in their favor. One of the things that will change though is that Embiid, as dominant as he is, you can always depend on him to make free throws. Now you have to play Dwight Howard. You're playing Ben Simmons. They're both bad free throw shooters. As I say that, Dwight is fouled attacking the basket. Dwight, historically a bad free throw shooter, now he'll be going to the free throw line. Earlier in this game, we saw a Hacker Ben situation where the Wizards deliberately fouled Ben Simmons. He went 1 of 2 at the free throw line. He's really struggled from the free throw line all series. If you see Dwight Howard on the floor, will the Wizards use that to their advantage as well and Hacker foul Dwight? First free throw for Dwight, rims around and in. So if you're the Sixers, you'll take that 1. Hopefully you get 2. But more than anything, you want to see points going up right now. You're trailing by 3. Momentum is definitely on the Wizards side. Second free throw for Dwight, no good. Rebounded by Hachimura. So Sixers trail by 3. Wizards up 3. 77-74. 4:30 remaining. Bradley Beal knocks in the 3. Big time 3 for Bradley Beal, giving the Wizards a 2-possession lead, 80-74. Beal, 7 of 18, 18 points, 3 rebounds. Embiid, Danny Green going off the dribble, trying to finish off the glass. He cannot. Rui Hachimura gets the rebound, gets to Ish Smith. Smith can't finish the floater. Rebounded by Dwight Howard. 3:55 remaining. Tobias Harris with the basketball. He has to be the focal point offensively now with with Joel Embiid out for this game. Seth Curry, 3-point shot, no good. Rebounded by Hachimura. And we got a streaker, a fan that tried to run onto the floor. Security caught him. Right in time. Safety is of the utmost importance, and we've had some issues with fans over the last couple of games across the league. It started in Philadelphia as a fan poured popcorn on Russell Westbrook as he left the floor in Game 2, which is completely despicable. He poured popcorn on Westbrook as he left the floor dealing with an injury. That fan was banned indefinitely from the arena in Philadelphia. And then That same night, a fan at Madison Square Garden spit towards Trae Young while he was trying to inbound in the fourth quarter. Then in Utah, a fan disrespected John Morant's family, saying some racially charged, despicable things. That fan was also banned indefinitely. Um, Yesterday in Boston, a fan threw a bottle towards Kyrie Irving that nearly grazed his face. That fan was arrested, and he'll be charged with assault and simple battery as well. So there's been some issues with fans all across this this playoffs, and I think it's something that is shining a light on issues with fans that have been coddled for a long period of time, and the behavior that they've been experiencing over the years. Now the light is being shined upon that. And I think the league will definitely have to address that with stiffer punishments if we see the same type of behavior. The fan was apprehended that tried to run onto the floor. He was apprehended quickly, and the flow of the game continued. The Sixers were able to get a score, and Scott Brooks called a timeout with the Wizards up six, 82 to 76. The Wizards lead the Philadelphia 76ers here in this pivotal game four. It's a closeout game. Stay tuned for more, as this is the Game of Day by Isaiah, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. I'm Isaiah Rhodes. Stay tuned. Welcome back as the Wizards lead the Sixers 82 to 76, 250 remaining here in the third. Momentum has definitely shifted with Joel Embiid being out for the rest of the game with the team is calling knee soreness. He took a hard fall in the late parts of the first quarter, tried to come back in the game, but since then has left, and the Sixers have had to recalibrate. They went into the half up one, 61 to 60, but the Wizards have come out with guns blazing here in this third quarter, now up by 8, 84-76 as we approach 2 minutes remaining. Bradley Beal just finished the layup. Here in this quarter, the Sixers are 6 of 19, 32%, while the Wizards 9 of 17. Maxey looking to get it to Seth Curry, jab step. Curry finds Matisse Thybulle. Thybulle for three. He had knocked down some threes prior here in the first half, but he missed that one, and they called a loose ball foul against Daniel Gafford. No, they changed the call. They're going to say that call is against Dwight Howard, who has to be very, very careful. Look at the replay. Thybulle misses the three, trying to establish leverage. Gafford is in front, but it looked as if he kind of raised his arms, trying to move Howard out of the way, and they fell for the flopping just a bit. But again, the Wizards are trying to do anything they possibly can to make sure that they stave off elimination. Trailing 3 games to none, their season is all but done, and for them, they have to take it a game at a time and try to fight and compete at a high level just to stay alive. Gafford makes the first free throw. So it's a 9-point game now. The Wizards trying to increase their lead to a 10-point lead. This is the Wizards' largest lead of the series at 10. 86 to 76, 154 remaining here in the third quarter. Thybulle, who previously just missed a three, trying to attack the paint. He went up looking like he was about to shoot, then tried to find Dwight Howard. Dwight was prepared to take the rebound, and the ball whizzed past him. So it'll be a turnover. Wizards basketball, 143 remaining here in the third quarter. Wizards up by 10. This is their opportunity to finish a game out for the first time in this series with a victory. Big time defense there by Matisse Thybulle to get the steal on Bradley Beal. The Wizards are on a 13-4 run over the last 4 minutes. Shake Milton into the game for Philly. Finds Matisse Thybulle. Milton in the left corner, trying to attack. He finishes a tough layup over Robin Lopez and Anthony Gill of the Wizards. So it's an 8-point game as we approach 1 minute to play here in the third. Russell Westbrook, mid-range jumper. Good. Big mid-range jumper for Westbrook, who's been struggling all night offensively, shooting-wise. But of course, a player of his stature, he's going to find ways to impact the game in other ways. He has a triple-double tonight, his second straight triple-double of the series. And we got a foul against Bradley Beal trying to stop Dwight Howard on the pick and roll. So Dwight will go to the free throw line again. Dwight has struggled historically with the free throws in his career, but this is someone who definitely can cause havoc. And you can see Bradley Beal and Scott Brooks trying to plead their case about fighting through the screen that Dwight actually tried to set. First free throw for Dwight is short. So if you're Bradley Beal, yes, you picked up the foul, but it's a good foul because Dwight is a bad free throw shooter. Again, he misses the first. Sixers trail by 10, 88-78, 53.3 seconds to play here in the third. Second free throw, no good. Rebounded by Westbrook. Westbrook looking to push. 50 seconds to play. He splits defenders, draws a foul. Westbrook tonight shooting 3 of 14, but the rebounds and assists playing a big role in how this Wizards team has been able to get out into this now 11-point lead. He makes the first free throw. When I look at what this Wizards team has become over the totality of this season, you would never ever think that this Wizards team would be going to the playoffs, considering how it started. As early as April, this team was 17-32, no chance of making the playoffs. There was a 0.6 of a chance of this team making the playoffs. They finished the season 17-6, and 6 of those losses really were one possession games. I mean, this team really turned their season around, battling. A lot of that came as a catalyst from Russell Westbrook being much more healthy. He was dealing with a quad injury to start the season, and it really changed the trajectory of the Wizards season. But when he got healthy, just his all-out aggressiveness and bravado really permeated throughout this entire team. And he, along with Bradley Beal, showed the potential that this explosive backcourt can be with the supporting cast that complemented them. Now, the personnel isn't perfect. They don't have the requisite shooting that really complements a Russell Westbrook type player. They don't really have the experience that will complement the backcourt that is Westbrook and Bradley Beal. But with the players that they do have, they definitely have exposed them to pressure situations and taught them in their learning how to play under pressure. Raul Neto, Ish Smith, Rui Hachimura, Robin Lopez, I mentioned Daniel Gafford. These are players that are really establishing themselves in a rotation now. Scott Brooks has tried to round out what a consistent team would be. Also, I mentioned the injuries to Westbrook. This team also had to deal with a big COVID-19 outbreak that forced them to miss 3 weeks of basketball. So dealing with that in the middle of the season, that definitely changed how the season will go. But they definitely turned it around, and to see them in this moment with a potential to win one game, despite going down 0-3, is definitely something that they can salvage and build towards going into the offseason. They go into the fourth quarter up 12. This is their opportunity to stay off the mat. 92-80, Wizards lead the Sixers. This is a Game of Day by Zay, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Stay tuned for more. Welcome back as we start this fourth quarter of Game 4 between the Philadelphia 76ers and Washington Wizards. Shake Milton attacking the basket, draws a foul on Ish Smith, something that the Sixers definitely need when trailing by 12. This definitely is a change in stark contrast to the normal routine that we've seen over the last 3 games. The Sixers have thoroughly dominated the first three, but with Joel Embiid going out and being out uh, with what the team is calling knee soreness, he took a hard fall again, as I mentioned, attacking the basket, and the Sixers have not been able to respond to this Wizards onslaught. They definitely have a new lease on life right now. Raul Neto attacking, gets it to Ish Smith, mid-range jumper, rims out, no good. Strong rebound by rookie Tyrese Maxey. Maxey looking to probe, stop by Westbrook, takes a screen by Mike Scott. Maxey can't finish the layup. George Hill is there for the finish, unable to finish to complete the layup, but he'll be going to the free throw line for two. I mentioned late in the third quarter. If the Sixers want to get back into this game, one of the things that they should do is get to the free throw line, get the Wizards in foul trouble, and settle down this game. One of the things that has helped the Wizards take this lead is the pace. They've picked up the pace. They forced turnovers. They've been able to get out and run. And the Sixers have not been able to find fluid offense. They've been finding scrappy baskets, but nothing really cohesive in execution. Getting to the free throw line, seeing the ball go in the basket settles down your offense. And it allows you to set up your defense in the half court, which this Wizards team is not really equipped to handle. But I will say the half court defense that we saw with Joel Embiid will be totally different now. So maybe the Wizards will have more confidence in the half court as well. We'll see. But I do know, based on how this team is set up, they're not built for half court execution. Russell Westbrook misses a three from the left wing. Sixers get the rebound. Shake Milton attacking. Robin Lopez, he can't finish the layup. Rebounded by Westbrook. Westbrook with his second consecutive triple double in this series. Draws and kicks to Raul Neto. 3-point shot rims out. Another rebound for Westbrook. Westbrook steps out, guarded by Furkan Korkmaz. Looking for Hachimura. Hachimuра's had a huge game here in this game four. Takes a jumper. He's fouled by Korkmaz with 2.4 seconds left on the shot clock. So that's not something you want to see if you're Doc Rivers. But if you're the Wizards, you'll take it, especially with the shot clock winding down. We look at the replay. The closeout by Maxey is there. And Korkmaz did foul him. He did get the ball at the top, but as he comes down on the contest, he hits Hachimura on the right wrist. Hachimura on the season averaging just over 13 points per game. He's been somewhat of a project for Westbrook in terms of trying to enhance his confidence. There are flashes of potential there for Hachimura to be a really, really good player, but he just has to establish and find what he does well in this league. So the Wizards are trying to build him into a two-way player, two-way wing. Um, he's not really a consistent shooter just yet, but a lot of that has to do with confidence. He doesn't really uh, take shots unless they're absolutely there. So the Wizards are trying to really build him up as a potential go-to guy, especially to complement Russell and Bradley Beal. Um, Again, his measurables being 6'8", he has good strength on him. He's starting to become a much more well-rounded defender. He's been tasked with defending teams' best offensive perimeter players. So he's trying to establish himself in this league and playing next to Westbrook and Bill, who establish expectations. That gives you an opportunity to establish a role on a really good team. Robin Lopez misses a, uh, a hook shot, a rare miss for him. Ben Simmons finds Korkmaz. Korkmaz knocks in a three. So now it's a 6-point game, 10 minutes to play. 93 to 87, Scott Brooks calls timeout. He senses momentum shifting. Even though Embiid is out, this Sixers team knows that they can compete with this Wizards team and keep the game close. Keeping the game close would benefit both teams in this respect. It will give the Sixers a chance to win, and it gives the Wizards an opportunity to close out the game. If you're the Sixers, you want to close out this game to give Joel Embiid rest and heal any bumps and bruises that come along with a tough, hard-fought playoff series. You can't see the Sixers doing anything in terms of championship contention without Joel Embiid. For the Wizards, you're just trying to extend the season as long as you can. You're down 3-0 by all accounts. Historically, that would tell you that the series is over. But any win you can get and build confidence, you never know what can happen. So 6 minutes, pardon me, a 6 point lead, 10 minutes to play, 93 to 87. Momentum is shifting back to Philadelphia. Let's see what the Wizards are able to do out of this timeout. Let's see what the Sixers are able to do after this timeout. I'm Isaiah Rose. This is a Game of Day by Isaiah, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Thanks for watching. Welcome back as the Sixers trail the Wizards 93 to 87 out of that timeout. Turnover by the Wizards. Can the Sixers continue to score? Ben Simmons skip pass over to Korkmaz. Korkmaz with the floater, able to get it to fall. We have a 4-point game. You got to look at it in a multitude of ways. With no Embiid, that changes the dynamics of this game. The Wizards are trying to stave off elimination and win. Pressure is on the Wizards now because they've had the lead for most of the second half, and they're trying to finish this game. For the Sixers, knowing that the pressure is now on the Wizards, they can play free and look for ways to stay in this game. And as the pressure mounts, we'll see who can execute better down the stretch. The Wizards have Russell Westbrook and Ben Simmons. The Wizards have Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal, while the Sixers have Ben Simmons and Tobias Harris. With those dynamic duos and similar similar supporting cast and personnel, whose group will finish out the best? Tyrese Maxey misses the first free throw. He was actually fouled trying to attack the basket. Here at the second free throw, he makes it, so it's a 3-point game. 9:29 to play, 93 to 90. Bradley Beal, second leading scorer in the NBA, takes a trap from Mike Scott, trying to finish at the rim. He cannot, and we have a foul. It looks as if this will go against the Sixers. Doc Rivers can't believe it. There was some contact, though. We'll look at the replay to see if it's a shooting foul or it'll just be a sideline out of bounds. So Beal will go to the free throw line and say it was in the act of shooting. So Beal tonight, 20 points. He's shooting 8 of 20. He shot really well in the first 2 games. The last game 3, he didn't shoot well, 10 of 26. Tonight, 8 of 20. But again, going to the free throw line eases any concerns for scorers, because once you see the ball go in the basket, it gives you a lot of rhythm. Now, Bill's been guarded very, very tough by Ben Simmons in this series, and he's been struggling from 3. He's been struggling from 3 all series. But again, at that free throw line, it eases everything and gives you some confidence. So let's see what happens here in this fourth. Wizards up 5, 95 to 90. Maxey going to Korkmaz. Korkmaz has come up big here over these last couple of possessions. Maxey over to Mike Scott. Straightaway 3 at the top of the key. Misses it off the back rim. Korkmaz coming up big. Big offensive rebound and finish. We're back to a 3-point game, and they call a foul. So Korkmaz again coming up huge. He previously knocked in a 3, got a floater. Missed 3 by Mike Scott. Big offensive rebound by Korkmaz, and he's fouled by Neto with the contact on the finish. Big layup there. So this is an opportunity to cut the lead to 2 with 8:56 to play. 7 points here for Korkmaz, 3 of 3 here in this fourth quarter. The free throw is short, rebounded by Westbrook. So it's still a 3-point game. Beal with the basketball off the left wing, works his way to the middle. Stolen by Maxey. Maxey trying to get to the layup. He slams it home and the lead is cut to 1 now, 95-94. 8:40 to play. Big steal there by the rookie, Tyrese Maxey, coming up huge. This 16-3 run by the Sixers has spanned over the last 3 minutes and 38 seconds. How can the Wizards find offense? They go to Brook Lopez, his brother, Robin Lopez. Robin Lopez finishes a layup in the post set up by Westbrook. So we approach 8 minutes to play. Sixers on the run trying to steal this game here. Tobias Harris with the basketball. Harris in the post going against Hachimura. Can he finish the layup? He cannot. Rebounded by Hachimura. Westbrook probing, looking to get in the paint. Contact. Takes it. He doesn't make the layup, but he'll go to the free throw line for 2. So big opportunity here for the Wizards to push this lead to a 2-possession game with 7:53 to play. You want to give yourself as much breathing room as possible, especially with the Sixers probing and pushing as much as they can. The Sixers have gotten multiple opportunities to push this lead close. First free throw for Westbrook is good, as I said. Despite his struggles at the free throw line, most recently over the last 4 years, in the playoffs, he's a different player. I think that it's all mental, and when he knows that he needs to make it, he makes it. He makes both, and we got a 5-point game, 99-94, 7:53 to play. Both coaches understand the magnitude of this game. Scott Brooks and the Wizards want to extend this season. The Sixers, Doc Rivers and the Sixers want to sweep this series, give Joel Embiid some rest, and prepare for their potential second-round matchup with either the Knicks or the Atlanta Hawks. Stay tuned as we see how this game will finish. Welcome back as we are here, 7:53 to play here in the fourth. The Wizards lead by 5, 99-94. Bradley Beal with 22 points, Russell Westbrook 16, Robin Lopez 16, Rui Hachimura with 16. Davis Bertans with 15. He's been out of the game. He left the game late in the second quarter and hasn't returned. George Hill for 3. Big 3 for George Hill to keep this game close. 99-97, 7:31 to play. Raul Neto with the basketball. And we got a foul against Robin Lopez trying to set the screen for Bradley Beal. Big 3 there for George Hill. Hill with 3 threes made so far, 3 for 4. Hill with 14 points. Big time baskets here now. For the Sixers. Trying to keep pace with the Wizards. Wizards down 3-0 in this series. Sixers trying to make sure they finish this series as best they can. Tyrese Maxey. Maxey's played really, really well. Trying to set up George Hill for 3. He misses it short. Rebounded by Westbrook. Westbrook gets it out to Bradley Beal. Beal is fouled. Can't get the and-1. But he'll go to the free throw line for 2. Good outlet there by Westbrook, giving Beal that opportunity at the rim. And that would have been an opportunity for the Sixers to take a lead with 7:11 to play. But Beal will go to the free throw line, looking to extend this lead to a 2-possession lead. As I mentioned prior, with Russell Westbrook going to the free throw line. Any breathing room that you can get at this juncture in the game is very, very important. With the 3-point line, no lead is safe. But again, 2-possession leads are your friend. First free throw is good. Danny Green comes in for George Hill. Danny Green, known as a 3-and-D guy, the 3-time champion, provides veteran leadership and experience in high-pressure situations. So the Sixers definitely could use him down the stretch. Beal now with 23 points, 4 rebounds. Second free throw is good. It's a 4-point game, 101-97. Tyrese Maxey getting great playoff experience right now under pressure. Can he execute? He's looking to set up Tobias Harris, 14 on the shot clock. Harris attacking Westbrook, takes contact, is deflected. Maxey with the floater, good. Big time floater there by Maxey to fix a broken play. Tobias Harris was actually trying to drone kick to the corner. It was deflected. Harris was able to pick it up and find Maxey as the shot clock was winding down. 3-pointer for Bradley Beal, no good. Big time putback slam for Daniel Gafford, coming in off the bench, providing that energy. That's something that he does with his slams, with his blocks. He's done that all night and has kept this crowd in it, especially under the pressure. Harris trying to finish. He's looking to kick to Maxey. Straightaway 3 for Maxey. Big 3 for the rookie. Big 3, Tyrese Maxey. 103-102. We approach 6 minutes to play. The rookie's now wilting under pressure. Now guarding Russell Westbrook. Westbrook trying to get in the paint, takes contact, blocked by Maxey. It goes off Westbrook. Possession to the Sixers. Big time play for Tyrese Maxey, who, as I said, is getting the experience. Ben Simmons usually would be in the game at this time. Doc Rivers trying to save him, especially he's been dealing with foul trouble. Dwight Howard's been dealing with foul trouble. You don't have Embiid, so you have to play with different lineups now. You have Maxey on the floor. You have Korkmaz on the floor. You got Seth Curry on the floor. So they're still shooting. Danny Green, Tobias Harris. This is a very small lineup for the Sixers, but it's working. 9 on the shot clock. Maxey attacking Gafford with the left hand. Can't finish. Rebounded by Westbrook. Westbrook looking to push. 5 on floor. Wizards with the advantage. Raul Neto didn't want to take the 3, and that balances out the floor for Philadelphia. But Bradley Beal gets a mismatch with Korkmaz on him. He'll attack him, trapped by Maxey. Gets it to Neto. Neto takes that 3, makes that 3. So although he didn't take the initial 3 set up by Westbrook, the 3 set up by Bradley Beal, he stepped up, took it with confidence, was able to knock it down. So it's 106-102, a big-time 3 made there by Raul Neto. 5:22 to play here in the fourth. Wizards trying to stave off elimination. Sixers trying to sweep the Wizards for the first time. They're trying to get their first sweep in since 1985. That's a long time ago. But we'll be back with more as this is a Game of Day by Zay presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube. We're back, 5:22 to play. Ben Simmons back into the game for Philadelphia. So when we look at these challenges for both teams, while Joel Embiid is out, this provides a challenge for the Sixers to have to finish a game without Embiid. Danny Green for 3, rims out. Tough miss there. Rebounded by Gafford. Westbrook looking to push. Give the Wizards some early offense. Sixers get back. Bradley Beal attacking Danny Green. Floater off the back rim. Can the Sixers get the rebound? They do. Seth Curry gets the rebound. Gets it to Tobias Harris. Layup off the glass. Good. So it's a 2-point game. 106-104. Wizards lead. Under 5 to play. So this is considered crunch time. Clutch time is a game within 5 points with 5 minutes or less to play in regulation or overtime. And we got a steal, they call a foul. So that foul will go against Danny Green as he tried to get the back tip on Bradley Beal. We look at Tobias attacking Daniel Gafford, able to finish with that left hand. Gafford was closing in, trying to block that off the backboard. But Tobias able to get it in at the right time. And now the Wizards using the all right, so they stop. We got a timeout right here. 4:30 to play. Sixers trail the Wizards by 2. Wizards lead by 2, 106-104. Stay tuned for more. This is a Game of Day by Zay presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Okay, so prior to that timeout, Doc Rivers challenged the call. We look at the back tip by Danny Green. It was all ball. Referees determined that the challenge was successful. So it'll be a jump ball at center court between Washington and Philadelphia. When you have the jump ball at center, you can pick whoever you want to jump ball. And if you're Philadelphia, that saves you a foul. And although you're in the penalty, the pressure is now mounted on the Wizards because this is probably going to be their only opportunity to get a game considering they're trailing 3-0. If you're Washington, you should continue to play free. Considering the circumstances, knowing what you had to do to get to this point, you're trying to stave off elimination and keep your season alive. But again, you are the 8th seed. This is the Sixers. They're the 1 seed. You're just trying to extend your season. Sixers win the tip. Ben Simmons with the basketball. Seth Curry looking to tie the game. In and out, no good. Put back is there by Ben Simmons. Pardon me, that's Danny Green. Okay, so game is tied at 106, 4 minutes to play. Bradley Beal, guarded by Danny Green. Looking to get it to Westbrook. 3-pointer, from the right corner, no good. Rebounded by Tobias Harris. So Sixers look to take the lead. Under 4 to play. Tobias Harris, guarded by Daniel Gafford. He takes the screen from Seth Curry, takes contact, and we got an offensive foul called against Tobias. Tough call there, but good sacrifice by Daniel Gafford to step in, take the contact. Let's see if Gafford is moving here. It looks as if he's moving just a bit. He doesn't look settled. He doesn't look settled, but again, Doc used his challenge. Wizards basketball. They get it to Bradley Beal. Beal with 24 points here. He's been struggling from the field, but he's gotten to the free throw line. Raul Neto attacking, floater, gets it to fall. Wizards up 2. 3:22 to play. Ben Simmons finds Seth Curry. Curry, step back jumper, good. Clutch shot by Seth Curry. Timeout called by Scott Brooks. Game is tied at 108. 3:11 to play. This is the fourth quarter. Sixers are looking to sweep. Wizards are looking to keep their season alive. Let's see who executes best down the stretch. I'm Isaiah Rose. This is a Game of the Day by Isaiah, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. We're back. 3 minutes to play. Game tied at 108. Bradley Beal looking to get a shot off. Takes the trap from Danny Green. Gets it to Raul Neto. Westbrook gets it to Hachimura. Hachimura might have traveled there. No call. Blocked by Danny Green. 3 on the shot clock. Can Neto get a shot off? He does not. It'll be a 24-second violation. Great scrambling defense there by the Sixers to get the ball out of both Bradley Beal's hand and Westbrook's hand. That not only puts pressure on Neto and Hachimura to have to make a play, which in this situation they've never really been in before. So great awareness there by the Sixers to defend without fouling, but also to put the Wizards under immense pressure. And we got a hack-a-bin situation here. I mentioned this earlier. Without Joel Embiid, this might be a situation in a scenario the Wizards might look to not only save themselves, but also to prepare in case the game comes down to the wire. So now Ben under pressure. He has to make big free throws. First free throw, he misses short. He's been struggling from the free throw line all series. Tonight, 1 of 4. Coming into this game, he was 0 of 8 at the free throw line. So if you're Scott Brooks, it's working to your advantage. You got about 48 more seconds. It's 2:47 left. He makes the second. So Sixers up 1 now. Sixers up 1. So you get 1 out of 2. So if you can utilize the hack-a-bin situation until 1:59 to play here in the fourth. Bradley Beal, guarded by Danny Green, off the dribble. Fadeaway jumper. Good. Big time basket for Bradley Beal and the Wizards. And the Wizards resort to the hack-a-bin situation once again. So it's 110, 109. The Wizards have 29 more seconds to utilize this. So for them, what they're trying to do, they have the 1-point lead. You want to try to utilize it and build on your lead. So you have a 1-point lead. If Ben is able to go 1 for 2 again, the game would be tied. If you score, you go up 2, you hack up Ben again. He's 2 of 14 in this series. Let's see what he does. First one, in and out. So already, if you're Scott Brooks, it's working to your advantage. 1 for 2 is the option. If you're Ben, you need this to tie the game. And the game is tied at 110. Game is tied at 110. He goes 1 of 2. Westbrook again looking probably to set up Bradley Beal, who's been a go-to guy down the stretch. Raul Neto to Westbrook. Westbrook finds Gafford. Gafford slams it home for 2. So Sixers again. They foul Ben Simmons. So it's 2 minutes and 7 seconds to play. Ben going to the free throw line with the Sixers down 2. This is probably the last opportunity that the Wizards have to utilize the hack of Ben, but they went from being up by 1. They utilized the hack of Ben twice, and they're up 2. So their job right now is to utilize that and increase their lead. First free throw off the back rim is a miss. So every time they utilize this hack of Ben situation, Ben is going 1 of 2 at the free throw line. Tonight, he's 3 of 8, 11 points, 4 of 5 at the free throw line. So if he can make 1 out of 2, the Sixers would be down 2, and this is the final time they could probably utilize that. Second free throw is good. So each time that they utilize that today, they've utilized it 4 times, and he's going 1 of 2. So it's 112, 111. We approach 2 minutes to play. Russell Westbrook probably looking to set up Bradley Beal. Beal's been a go-to guy the last couple of possessions. The last basket set up for Daniel Gafford. Westbrook, mid-range jumper over Simmons. He misses it off the back rim. And we got a foul against Danny Green. Danny Green is highly contesting this foul here. So let's see what happened here on the box out. I'm not quite sure where that foul is there. But Daniel Gafford has definitely sold some fouls and really working and really when you give max out effort, you're able to get some calls that go your way. He's been able to get some loose ball fouls on Dwight Howard. He's drawn some charges on Tobias Harris. He can come up really big down the stretch here. He makes this first free throw. So Wizards up by 2 with 1:46 to play. The Sixers have stormed back. They were down late in that third quarter by as many as 12 points. And here in this fourth quarter, they've come up big. They've actually taken a 1-point lead. But since then, it's been a seesaw battle between both teams. And Gafford misses the second, so it's a 2-point game. Still a 1-possession game. Wizards lead 113 to 111. 1:40 to play. Can the Wizards close out, or can the Sixers finish this? Harris, inside, looking to finish. Can't get the jumper, rebounded by Danny Green. Green stuck in the corner. Pulls up for 3, misses it, rebounded by Ben Simmons. Korkmaz for 3, he misses it short. Tobias Harris tried to get the rebound. Westbrook comes away with it, finds Hachimura with the slam. Good effort there by both teams, but Westbrook always seems to be a magnet to that basketball, able to get the outlet to Rui Hachimura for the 2-hand slam. So we got a 4-point game. Ben Simmons fouled hard by Westbrook. Good foul because it would have been an and 1. Tough foul by Westbrook to prevent that. As we look at this replay, Westbrook gets the outlet, finds Hachimura on the rope. Big slam there as we approach 1 minute to play. Good setup here by Furkan Korkmaz, able to find Ben Simmons. Simmons went up for 2 hands, looking to finish, and Westbrook went through his body to finish the slam. Tough foul by Westbrook. They're reviewing the foul to see if it's a flagrant because Ben grabbed his face. I don't think it was a flagrant. I think it was a good hard playoff foul. But because Simmons is 6'10", Westbrook did go up pretty high to make sure that Ben did not get the shot off. He went through his shoulders, but he didn't hit his head. But I'm interested to see what angle they look at to determine if this is a flagrant or not. Flagrants are consequential in this respect. When you get a flagrant foul, the flagrant one, if you get a flagrant 1, you can still stay in the game. But a flagrant is you get 2 free throws in possession. Because this is a 4-point game, even though Simmons has struggled at the free throw line all series, multiple free throws and possessions allows the Sixers to get back into this game, being down 2 possessions. I don't think it should be a flagrant, but we'll see. We will see. I think this is a common foul, which should be a shooting foul. But depending on how high they see Westbrook going, we'll see what happens here. Because here's the thing: if Westbrook would have just tapped him, he probably would have got the and one, which would have been a bad foul. So Westbrook had to go all out and make sure that he didn't make that basket. And Ben is 6'10", 250. Okay, so it'll be a common foul, good hard play or foul. Uh, 1 minute, 8 seconds to play. As you look at the replay once again, Westbrook did go through his shoulders. I'm not going to say he didn't go through his shoulders, but he didn't hit his head. He didn't hit his head. He just went through his shoulders, stayed under the chin, and made sure that Ben did not get the basket to go through. Ben should have finished that. He went up with two hands. But if you're Westbrook and the Wizards, you'll take it because Simmons has struggled from the line all night. Doc Rivers vehemently disagreeing with the call, but Simmons tonight struggling from the line. In the last 1 minute and 39 seconds, he's been 3 of 6 at the free throw line. Coming up huge here, though. He makes the first. So it's a 3-point game, 115, 112. If you're the Sixers, you'll take that. It's 108 to play. You need all points right now. It's at a premium. Second free throw. He misses it. Rebounded by Westbrook. So it's a one-possession game, a minute to play. If you're Bradley Beal, you want to move downhill, try to consume the Sixers defense as much as you can. If you can't draw a foul, if you kick out, find one of your shooters. He goes downhill, kicks it out to Hachimura for 3 in the corner, knocks it down. Big 3 for Rui Hachimura. I'm saying that should do it, but you never know with the three-point shot. 43 seconds to play, 118 to 112. Wizards up. Tobias Harris, top of the key, looking to set up a shot. 3-point shot. He misses it off the back rim. Rebounded by Hachimura. Hachimura gets it to Westbrook. Westbrook with the basketball. And he has it stolen, but they call a foul. That should do it. 2-possession game, 118, 112 to play. The Sixers did fight valiantly despite being down by double digits in the fourth. But again, when you let teams linger around and give them momentum, when Joel Embiid went out the game late in that first quarter, that changed the trajectory of the first half. Sixers were up 11. They went into the half up 1, but the Wizards knew that was their chance, and they attacked the Sixers with everything that they can there in that third quarter. And since then, it's been a battle here in the fourth to close the game. The Sixers have been trying to get the lead and finish, and the Wizards have been just trying to get it to 0 seconds on the clock as quickly as possible. 25 seconds left. Maxey at the rim. He makes the layup. Wizards trying to get it to Bradley Beal. Possession will stay with the Wizards as the inbound is deflected out of bounds. 21.9 to play. 120 to 114. Maxey makes that layup. So it'll be a timeout on the floor. 21.9 to play. The Wizards are looking to extend this series. It'll be game 5. This is Monday, so it'll be game 5 on Wednesday. We'll see what happens in regards to Joel Embiid and his sore knee. But if you're the Wizards, you can't worry about that right now. You'll take any win you can. Stay tuned for more. This is the Game of Day by Zay, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Welcome back. As the Sixers out of that timeout have to foul Bradley Beal with 21.2 left. 6-point game, 120 to 114. If you're the Sixers, you had chances to win this game. If you're Ben Simmons, you got to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I got to make my free throws, because they put the ball in it. They put the game in his hands for an extended period of time for him to make free throws and put pressure on him. And him struggling at the line gave the Wizards opportunities not only to extend their lead, but it gave them opportunities to establish their defense. It gave them opportunities to extend their lead and continue to build and put pressure on Simmons, in which he struggled at the line for the extended period of the latter part of that fourth quarter. 121, 114 as Bill goes 1 of 2 at the line. Another rebound for Westbrook. He has over 20 rebounds tonight, and he has struggled shooting wise, but he's done everything else you possibly can do as a basketball player to make sure to bring a win home. This wasn't the prettiest game if you're the Wizards, but you did get outstanding performances from everyone else. Rui Hachimura, 18 points. You got 14. You got 16 points from Robin Lopez. These are the type of performances you need from your role players if you want to have the balance to support these star players like Westbrook and Bradley Beal. Both have not shot well from the floor. Westbrook tonight, 3 of 19, but he has 21 rebounds and 14 assists. He misses that second free throw, but it's 4 seconds left. Maxey for three. He misses it. Rebounded by Rui Hachimura. And we will be having a game 5 between the Philadelphia 76ers and Washington Wizards. That will be this Wednesday. They will be the first game. Time is yet to be determined. But if you're the Washington Wizards, you'll leave this series knowing you got at least one win. Tonight's victory wasn't the prettiest. As I said, the shooting on both sides wasn't the best. But when you look at what the Wizards were able to do, 27 points for Bradley Beal. He shot 9 of 23, but he got to that free throw line, 7 of 8 from the free throw line, which really helped him get some rhythm. He had a timely three. He had 2 timely threes in this game to really extend the lead, and that in itself was enough. Outside of Bradley Beal's 27, Russell Westbrook, 18 points, 21 rebounds, 14 assists. He shot horrible from the field today, 3 of 19. But as I've said, everything else you could possibly do to contribute to winning, he did that tonight. To get 21 rebounds as a 6'3" guard. He did have 4 turnovers, but in the flow of the game, 4 turnovers, considering how many times he has the ball, isn't as bad as you may think. Then the balance that he got, Rui Hachimura, 20 points. Daniel Gafford, I said 14 points. He had 12 points. Then Davis Bertans, who played early in this game, had 15 points. He left the game early with injuries that they didn't disclose to us just yet. Hopefully for the Wizards, he can come back. And then you got Raul Neto with 10, Robin Lopez with 16. Lopez was efficient from the floor, 8 of 11. He was able to get some easy baskets at the rim set up by Westbrook and Bill, and that really helped the second unit. For the Sixers, you came into the game with Joel Embiid, but Embiid did not finish the game. I mentioned he left the game at the latter part of that first quarter, only finished with 8 points. We'll see what his diagnosis is for game 5. That he went down hard on his tailbone, but they said that he had a sore knee. So we'll see what that's about. Ben Simmons tonight, 13 points, 12 rebounds, but the story of the game for him is that free throw line. He struggled from the free throw line mightily all night, 5 of 11. The Wizards specifically utilized him in a hacker bench situation at the latter part of that fourth quarter to help extend their lead and put the Sixers under pressure to have to get points, which they could not, obviously losing by 8. Outside of Ben Simmons, you got 21 points from Tobias Harris. Danny Green had 11. Seth Curry had 10. George Hill had 14. Tyrese Maxey, the rookie out of Kentucky, played really, really solid, especially when Ben Simmons was dealing with foul trouble. Maxey with 15 points. Another unsung hero in this game to help Philadelphia get back into this game after trailing late in that third quarter was Furkan Korkmaz. Korkmaz only had 7, but he had 3 key baskets to get the Sixers back into this game and shift the momentum to their favor late in that in the early part of that fourth quarter. Nevertheless, though, we will be back with the game 5. The Wizards survive. The Sixers definitely have to go back to the drawing board. Hopefully, for Joel Embiid's sake, he's healthy or can get healthier within this 2-day stretch. Anytime that your MVP candidate like Joel Embiid goes down, hits the floor in any way, shape, or form, as a Sixers fan enthusiast, you're very concerned because you know his injury history and you know how this team can be affected, especially in execution without him. They definitely had to recalibrate their lineups without him in the game. They had to use players a lot earlier than usual that aren't used to playing in certain situations. And then on top of that, also to deal with the foul trouble that they had to deal with, not only with Ben Simmons, but with Dwight Howard. You had to use Mike Scott earlier as a stretch five when the matchups didn't favor that. And the Wizards took advantage. They were able to get out and run, got a lot of rebounds, utilized all that space that is allotted now with anchors like Embiid and Dwight not in the game. So with that said, they definitely were challenged and still made it a game. The Sixers still tried to make sure that they finished the series, and you got to commend them for that. This is a challenge that they tried to step up to, and again, Doc Rivers, you should be proud of your unit and how they uh, tried to make it a game. But unfortunately, if you're the Sixers, you have to go an extended game and try to finish it at home, which this is what you battle for throughout the season. If you get an opportunity to close out in five at home, you'll take that. Um, so game five will be Wednesday. Time is yet to be determined, but whenever it is, we'll be here to cover it. Thank you guys for tuning in. This was a Game of Day by Zay, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. I'm Isaiah Rhodes. You just finished listening to the Philadelphia 76ers fall to the Washington Wizards 122 to 114. We'll be back with game five. Peace.